welcome to another Film Friday. This is edition number 14 on April 22nd, and happy Earth Day, everyone. A reminder, if you have any news about your local projects or any events, please drop me a note at filmfriday@darlenetate.com. And please feel free to share these onto any of your social media platforms. It has been another relatively quiet week in our region for film productions. Everything shooting the past few weeks is either wrapped or will be wrapping this week. In pre-production is Rescued by Ruby, with still no specific dates for filming quite yet. If you'd like to know more about this movie of the week, please tune in to Film Friday number 9, where we talked with producer Jane Charles. There are more movies of the week and TV series getting ready to announce, so please stay tuned. It looks like we will be in for a very busy summer. On the indie front, Misplaced Trust by Ali Van Acker and Marissa Vieira have completed their first weekend of filming and will complete filming the final weekend in May. We're going to be chatting with Ali and Marissa in today's segment coming momentarily. Brent Lanyon and Susan Coe have announced their next film called Coming Home, in which I get to play the lead role. More details will come as this progresses, but you can follow the production on their Facebook page. A link will be provided. Cinevic has released tickets for sale for their Short Circuit Film Festival and Cinespark pitching competition, which is going to run for the entire month of May. Follow the link to buy your tickets. Cinevic is also hosting its monthly Yappy Hour on April 28th, and this Zoom gathering will be hosted by Sonia Chulo. The link also will be provided. And following that, again with Cinevic, their screenwriting support group meets on May 6th, and there will be details on a separate link for them. CineCentral and their short film grant. You have until April 30th to submit for this $2,000 grant to help you make your short film. Details will be provided. And now I'd like to bring on the team that wrote, produced, and directed the indie short Misplaced Trust. Ali Van Acker is a very well-known figure in our indie community, having worked on over 50 productions. Marissa is a talented actress who is taking on many new aspects of filmmaking and is dedicating herself full-time to the endeavor. So welcome. Hi, Ali. And hi, Marissa.
Hey.
And I know you guys are just fresh off a shoot, but before we get going, I just want to say we had a little technical difficulty with lighting. So we've been doing a lot of fumbling around, but I think we've got everybody's situation about as best as we can right now. So thanks for doing all of the adjusting that you guys did. So Misplaced Trust, you guys haven't wrapped, but you've completed principal, is that correct?
We kind of split our filming into two parts, just for time's sake. We didn't want to do a big haul all at once. So we've shot 30 out of our 50 scenes, 31 out of our 50 scenes.
Yes, yeah.
And when do you anticipate completing the filming?
We go back to camera May 27th.
May 27th, good.
Yeah.
Now, can you give people who don't know, I know we showed a little bit of a clip a couple weeks ago that was really designed to give people kind of a sense of the tone of the film. It wasn't really a trailer, but it gave people a sense of the tone of the film. But tell us, so what is the log line or synopsis? What can you share with us?
Go ahead, Marissa.
Okay. Misplaced Trust is a small town dramatic thriller that envelops you into the lives of three siblings. It's really hard to kind of explain it without giving away the entirety of what the film is about, but I think it's just about the realization and the sense of time and how decisions can be made and how it can alter kind of a chain event that sort of can occur. And yeah, so it takes you through that. So it's supposed to kind of be for you to take a step back, watch it, and kind of be questioning the whole time. The family trusts as well, who you trust in your life, and how those trusts can kind of change the outcome of the situations that occur.
Well, it's I'm certainly excited to see it. And before we go any further, what were each of your roles in this film? Besides everything.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Allie, you go first.
Well, so
What will the
Marissa,
credits show?
so Marissa and I we came up with the story together. And then Marissa converted it into the first script. And then we just kind of like back and forthed it from there until we have got what we have now. We're both executive producing, which is a lot. I'm also directing, and I will be editing it as well. And I've been managing the brunt of our media stuff.
And then for me,
Yeah, for Marissa.
Yeah, I'm co-producing the film, and then we co-wrote it. We storylined it together, and then I kind of took that idea, wrote it, and then we kind of worked on it from there. Then on the day, when we're on the day, there is a lot of I think we take on a lot of roles. So we're just different heads to different departments. On the day, I definitely worked a lot with wardrobe, who was really amazing, hair and makeup, who are also really astounding. I think we
10 out of 10. Holy cow.
We found a lot of really amazing people who I hope that we can just mention them a bunch. Just
with your permission, though, I would like to drop in a photo of your cast, which if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if I pulled it off Facebook or Instagram, but it looked like a great image of your cast and everybody involved from that angle. So
yes,
I'd like to drop that in if that's okay.
We'd love to. So our cast that we have Johnny Sutherland, who is an amazing actor. He's from Vancouver originally, but we were able to find him. He is the middle child of the group. And then we have Juliana Monk, who is the youngest of the three. She's a little bit, she's definitely a little bit more spunky. She brings a lot of really, but she's also
a lot of energy to set.
A lot of
professionalism. A lot of professionalism at the same time.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah. She's amazing.
You didn't even mention that you're acting in this.
I'm acting in it. I'm also, as well as co-producing, helping out on the day. I'm also acting in the film, and I play Josie, who's kind of the caretaker of the family, and helps out with essentially the situation that occurs, and is there for her siblings and for her family, and is trying to kind of mother them through this situation. But
and you also have Scott and Leslie, I think.
Yes, yeah. Scott Harlow, Leslie Hops to Shutter, I believe.
Shooter. Hops to Shooter.
And then we have Kevin Wagner.
Great. Well, maybe in the picture I'll caption them all, but it looks like you guys got a great cast. So congratulations. So how did the shoot go? I mean, what was your experience? We all know when you go out and you actually go to camera, there's probably a million things that end up kind of going wrong or causing some panic, but how did it go generally?
I feel like on set, I was the least stressed and Marissa was the most stressed.
Yes.
We reversed that. So in pre-production, I was like panic level midnight and she was like, this is fine. And but I don't know, for me, like being on set is like being at home. So I love filming. I love being on set. And I think we had just the world's most amazing crew. Like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness. We met so many new people on this and just like filled roles based on faith and were rewarded a million times over. It's just, holy cow. We just had the best team.
Well, that's great to hear. And Allie, I saw that you had stepped into the director's chair. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Well, this is your first director credit, correct? So Allie, I noticed that you stepped into the director's chair on this one. And now, is this your first director's credit?
Yes, yeah. It's my first time directing a film, my second time directing a project in general. My first one was a 2-minute demo video that actually you were in for a local company called Limbic Media. But this is my film directorial debut. Yeah.
Great. So how did that feel? Is this the place you wanna sit again, or
yeah,
you've got I think you've got close to a dozen credits behind the camera as AC. But you were liking the director's chair?
I like it a lot. Yeah. I've had the privilege over the last few years of working on, I think, more than 50 projects locally. I've gotten to do a whole bunch of different roles and really experience everything that I wanted to experience. And camera team is my first love, but directing is like right there.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, Marissa, I know you are racking up mostly actress credits.
Yeah.
So how was your experience stepping into these different roles? I mean, did you have some experience to draw on, or like a lot of indie people, did you kind of have to figure it out as you went along?
I definitely, when I first started out when I was 11 years old, I took like 4 years of Screen Actors Studio Victoria, which is, I was in like a film program there, and they kind of teach you a different, different variations of development, which was really amazing. So I learned a lot from that. But then through the process of just working in the film industry for the past 4 to 5 years professionally as an actor, and kind of seeing the tricks of the trade and how it works, I think I started to develop more of an understanding of the crew aspect and what goes into making a film, and just being very observe, like lots of observation happening while working in the film industry. And I think that's kind of what put my foot in the door, meeting all these really amazing people like Ali and everyone that we work with. I think it's just all been a learning experience. And I think it was definitely, I had to take a step back on the day and just realize that at the end of the day, I'm acting in the project. So to be able to do two things, well, a million things at once, but to be able to do a character development of who this person is, but then also play a more of a professional role with people asking you a million different questions in a day was definitely, it was really interesting. It was a different experience. And I think maybe I'll do that type of thing again, but I might just choose the one role.
Yeah, that was my next question is, do you think you would actually take that on again? Because I do know some actors who have either directed and acted or had another kind of another role along with acting. And depending on the role, the size of the role, it can be a bit of a handful. So, yeah.
Well, and Marissa had the misfortune of being a property owner as well. So of course, everybody's always got,
yes. I was also essentially the locations manager due to the fact that the property was my own. It's an Airbnb. So we facilitated the whole production and we utilized that. So being that as well, and kind of taking care of the, especially with everything after having to reset the cabin to what it was before and do everything, because with COVID it's really hard to get a bunch of people to stay all those extra hours after to help with things. So it's been a learning experience. I would probably do it again, but I think I just need more assist. We need an
on-set producer.
On-set producer, a couple assistants. I think that would probably be beneficial in the long run. Definitely.
Good. Now, so what is your timeline then? So you mentioned your next shooting dates in May. So do you have a schedule for when you're planning to either have the film out of editing and ready for a festival circuit, or when do you think your trailer, or are you just, I know you both, well, I know Ali also holds down a full-time job. I'm not sure about you, Marissa. I know
this is what I do.
Yeah. Okay. So Ali, given that you've got a lot to balance with working and editing and that, you may not have a timeline yet, which is fine, but do you have some sense now? Like, we want to be ready to hit the festival circuit in,
I think realistically we'll hit this festival circuit for 2022.
Yeah.
Marissa thinks that we can make it for summer this year. I think that is very ambitious, considering how much footage we have and what we have to do still. But yeah, I mean, if we can make this year, cool. If not, it'll more realistically probably be next year.
Well, and the reality is, particularly the way the festivals have gone since COVID, there isn't really a season anymore. I mean, true. You can really wrap and release your film whenever it suits you. It's not as critical as when you were
Yeah.
targeting certain festivals with their, in-person screening. So it's changed a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'd like to move off Misplaced Trust for a moment, because one of my goals as well is to have people get to know you a little bit. We don't want you to reveal your deep, dark secrets, but Ali, why don't we start with you? So what do you do when you're not on the film set?
I'm a nurse, actually.
And are you a registered nurse? Are you specialized in anything, or?
I'm a licensed practical nurse. I've worked for Island Health for, oh goodness, I think it's like 6 years now.
Mhm.
I used to work at the bedside, but ended up going off for 2 years in 2018, which is actually how I got into film. I was off because of a workplace incident that left me with basically PTSD. Yeah, so I do that still. I'm not at the bedside, but I have an office job now, and I deal with clients over the phone. And then, yeah, other than that, I just.
So did I understand you correctly? You didn't really come to film until 2018?
Mhm.
Wow.
December
Ali,
2018.
you've done so much. I mean, I've been on a lot of sets with you, and you're there like the pro that's been at it for a decade. So that's
I love
amazing.
hearing that. Thank you.
Yeah, so you've come a long way, baby. And Marissa, you said you are committed full-time to acting?
Yes. So what I do in my day-to-day life is like I do prioritize my acting more than anything. So that consists of a lot of self-taping, auditions, and then obviously the background work and stuff. You'll throw that in here and there, doing some stand-in work as well, or photo doubling. Those are the things that I usually go out for in the film industry,
Yeah.
you would say. And but I also do run, like I said, an Airbnb. So that's kind of what I do to create income for myself, is that Airbnb on a higher level. Well, there's those highs and lows in the acting industry. Everyone knows sometimes you're working and sometimes you're not working. That's totally okay. And I've kind of been at this, I'd say, I think since 2016 was when I was originally signed, and I've just kind of been working in the film industry ever since, and I'm absolutely utterly in love with it.
And who are you repped by?
I'm represented by Coltish at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, it's been amazing, and I wouldn't want it any other way, no matter what. I think this is like the special place where in the film industry you can really just be yourself and enjoy that time being yourself in a place of work.
Yeah.
Whereas I find sometimes in some places of work you don't have that generosity to just like show the world who you are all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's why I
agree
really
with
enjoy it.
that. Yeah.
Now, I need to wrap up here. Where should people follow either you? Sometimes people are open to accepting friends and follows on social media. Sometimes they would prefer that people just follow your work on Misplaced Trust. Now, you guys do have a Facebook page.
Mhm.
You
It's
also
not
have
very
Instagram.
active. Our
Yeah,
Facebook page is
okay.
not very active, but we are actively using our Instagram, which
Okay.
is at Misplaced Trust.
Okay,
Film, I
and
think.
they can follow each of you, can they? Or
Yes.
okay, so you're not private or anything like that.
No.
Okay, well, so everybody who's been watching this and who is as excited as I am to follow Misplaced Trust and what Ali and Marissa are up to, you can follow them on social media, and I will pop some links in so that you can click right through. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck for your final shoot. And Ali working through the editing process, that's such a grind, but I know that we're all going to be thrilled with what we see at the end. So thanks for giving up part of a decent looking day out there to hang out with me and do this. So thanks for joining us, and we look forward to the release of your film.
Thanks, Darlene.
Thank you so much, Darlene, for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
And that's it for Film Friday number 14. Thank you for joining us.